We all know they colluded 18 months ago to keep this information from the American people in the run-up to our most important election, the presidential election. You had legacy media, you had big tech, you had the Democrat Party, and of course, maybe most importantly, you had 51 former intel officials sign the letter that said this has all the earmarks of Russian disinformation. All that proved to be false. I think actually Mike made a great point. The big question I think right now, Harris, is why are the mainstream press, why are they talking about this now? I mean, remember last week, Wednesday of last week, the Washington Post did two long stories, one at 11, one at 11:04. Two 8-page stories, 4 minutes apart, about the Hunter Biden laptop being real. Why all of a sudden is there this focus on now that what we all knew back then was the truth, that the laptop was real, the eyewitnesses were real, the emails were all real, the only thing fake back then was the news. So why all of a sudden are they coming clean? That's, I think, a key question that we need to get the answer to.
Well, the timing of it, just on the heels of the announcement of another investigation into him. And what do you think of Mark Levin, our Fox News host, saying this? We need a federal special counsel. Do we?
Yeah, I think we probably do. I mean, remember, Joe Biden said in the debate in the presidential election that my son made no money from companies with ties to China. Well, there are 4.8 million reasons why that is wrong. He made $4.8 million. Some of that went to his uncle. Who knows if 10% went to the big guy, went to Joe Biden, as that now somewhat famous email that was uncovered a year and a half ago. So I do think this requires a special kind of focus. We'll see if that's where we can go, if in fact the American people put us in the majority, or maybe the Justice Department will do that now. Who knows? I'm curious about all these things. Why the focus now? Should there be a special counsel? What is really? Some people have speculated that there's some indictments coming. I don't know if that's the case, but that would, I guess, maybe explain why there's such a focus from the mainstream press on this story today.
Potentially indictments, potentially more information that's more damning than what's already been reported out there. And when you hear the White House say, "Well, it's up to the DOJ to figure out whether or not a law was broken or any laws were broken," the president doesn't believe that there were. The bigger picture in all of this is it's really not even about the Bidens. Like, let's just set them as just a bunch of people who are being looked at right now. And let's get to the crux of who the man at the center is. It's about the president, whether or not he was compromised.
Yeah, no, exactly. I mean, again, the email that Tony Bobolinsky, the eyewitness who was a part of this arrangement early on, the email 10% for the big guy, he says that refers to, then Vice President Joe Biden, or former Vice President Joe Biden, now President Biden. That to me is the concern. I think that's the concern Senator Grassley was raising. That's probably the concern I think the American people had. And again, that was kept from